بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Last week we were talking about the faith and the 5 pillars of faith, 6 pillars of faith, and we mentioned all 6 types of believing in Allah and His angels, His books, His messengers, and the hereafter, and the decree that Allah has decided, good and bad. And Allah Azza wa Jal has clothed to us that the character of the believers, that He has that they deserve the name of faith to believe in the angels. Allah said the messenger believed that the messenger and the believers, they believed in Allah and His angels and His books and His messengers. And Allah showed that the disbelief in the angels is a big stray, and whomever disbelieve in the angels is a disbeliever. Allah said in the Quran that they have went astray in a big time. And Allah said this is an act of the disbelievers. Allah said that the disbeliever, they call the angels the names of female. Did they witness their creation? It will be written, their witnesses, and they will be asked for it. And from their fabrication that they claim that Allah Azza wa Jal, He had married from the jinn, and they have given birth to the angels. And Allah had said in the Quran that they have put a relationship between Allah and jinn. Indeed, praise Allah from everything they accuse Him of. And Allah said that anybody who have followed the angels, he disbelieved in Allah. Allah said, whomever is an enemy for Allah and His angels and messengers, Allah is an enemy to the disbelievers. To believe in the angels as a part of faith, what is the required that you need to know and believe in the angels? Let's talk about some of the facts about their names. There's names for them. The angels, or one angel, and the angels are on its edge, and they will bear the throne of your Lord above them at the day of Eid. And also the high companions, or and also Allah said they are in the high, they are the one with the high status. And also they are the soldiers of Allah. Allah said in the Quran, and no one knows the soldier of your Lord except Him. And Allah said, oh, who you believe, remember Allah. And we have sent in that ayah, Allah mentioned their name as His soldiers. And also they are the witnesses. Allah said at the day of judgment, those who disbelieve in Allah, we will support our messengers in this life, and when the witnesses will stand, and at that day the transgressors will not have any good stance in front of Allah. This is to let us know some of the names or some of the types of the angels, the witnesses, the Zabaniya. And also Allah said in the Surah, then let them call their friends, and we will call the Zabaniya. In that ayah, that Zabaniya, because they throw, or they push the hellfire. And also one of their types al-mu'aqqibat. And the aqibat are observers. Why were they named that way? Because they observe from every place. They keep following even each other. Either they come like day and night, like one will come at the daytime, one will come at in the evening, and or because they are all over around the good servants of Allah. And also Allah Azza wa Jal has He told some of His angels to protect His servants. Allah said that He will send protectors. Also from the Quran, the As-Safara is the ones who protect the books that is descended on the angels. And Allah dignified them. And the word kurubiyun, it did not come in any hadith that is authentic hadith, but it is narrated about some of the saying of the companions like Ibn Abbas. Means these are the most dignified, the VIP of the angels, the best of the angels, the ones who are around the throne of Allah, the one who hold the throne of Allah. And also there is the Sayyara, the ones who goes around earth, who looks for the places of gathering of dhikr, of remembrance of Allah, and they go around that meeting and they surround from every aspect and they witness this gathering. Amen. And also when you want to go in details, Allah told us about some of their names, like He told us about Jibreel, peace be upon him, and he is the trustworthy and their leader, and he is mentioned a lot in the book of Allah. And the Shaykh is reciting some of the ayat that he is mentioned in. And also one of his names is the Spirit. He is the trusted Spirit. And Allah, also mentioned in Surah Al-Qadr that their name is Spirit. And also Mikael, and he is mentioned in the Quran and the Sunnah also. And Allah saying, whomever was an enemy to Allah and His angels and to His messengers and to Jibreel and Mikael, Allah is an enemy to all disbelievers. And the Prophet ﷺ, if he stood up, at night, he'll start with saying, "Oh, the Lord of Jibreel and Mikael and Israfil." The creator of the heavens and earth, you are the one who made the angels, messengers having wings, 2, 3, and 4, and you are capable of doing everything. And also there is Malik, he is the protector of, or the guard of the hellfire. And also in the Sunnah is Israfil, and he is the one who is he has the job of blowing the trumpet. The Prophet ﷺ, when he wake up at night, he always have a dua. And also Malik is the guardian of the hellfire. He's mentioned in the Quran. when the death is the best thing the people wish, where the people of the hellfire, they wish that they will die, and they will urge Malik to just reduce the torment of Allah just a little bit, and they wish they could die just to get out of that severe pain that they go through. And also, there is the two Harut and Marut are mentioned, as it was mentioned in the Quran. And Munkar and Munakir, the ones who come to the deceased in his grave. When the person died, two angels will come to him, black and blue. One of them is Munkar, and the other one, and Nakir. And they will stand the deceased up, and he will say, "What do you say about this man?" The three test: who is your Lord? What is your religion? What do you say about the man who came to you? Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Alayhi salatu wassalam. Ameen. Can you name? Is it permissible to call your son with the name, or to name your son after the angels? Some who hated this, he said there is no problem with that, and some of them it is recommended. And in the hadith of Al-Mughira ibn Shu'bah, he said, when I came to Najran, they asked me, they say the sister of Harun. They said, what a big generation between Harun and Musa. He said, when I came to the Prophet ﷺ, I asked him about this. He said, they used to call with their names and the righteous before them. So people used to have that the habit to call names of the righteous. But what is forbidden, to call the angels, or to call our female with the names of the angels, meaning to make them like female. Because the ignorant people, they call the angels female. And Allah is saying, do you see their creation? And their testimony will be written, and they will be asked about it. The number of angels is very huge. It's beyond what you could even imagine. And no one knows the soldier of your Lord except Him. I'll give you just one of the site. The Bayt al-Ma'mur, the seventh heaven, from the time Allah created that house till the day of Judgment, every day there is 70,000, and they go around it one time. They don't go back. So look how many angels did this since Allah created earth, or created life to begin with. And look at the number of the angels. It's beyond what your brain could imagine. So that house in the seventh heaven, Allah Azza wa Jal said 70,000 will go make tawaf on it, and they will never come back to it again. But 70 other thousand angels will do the same thing the next time. Then the Prophet ﷺ said one time, do you hear what I hear? They said, no. He said, I hear the noise of the heavens. It's about to break. And there is not even an arm span or finger spans that does not have an angel that is covered it, prostrating to Allah Azza wa Jalla. The names, the number is it gives some of the, like Allah like in the Quran, Allah told us that there is 8 angels who will hold the throne of Allah. And how about the hellfire? The guardians of the hellfire, as Allah mentions, 19 of them. These are the main guards, and they have others who help them. So listen to this hadith, that the hellfire will come, and it has 70,000 robe, and there is 70,000 angels dragging the hellfire. So the hellfire will be dragged by 70,000 angels, who is holding it with one rope tied to the hellfire. So how many more these who will drag the hellfire? So let's get closer to this about their character. First of all, they were created from light. The Prophet ﷺ said that the angels were created from light, and the jinn, they were created from smoke from the fire, or from the fire, the tip of the fire, and Adam was created from what you were described, which is mud. And when the angels came to Ibrahim, he asked them to eat, and you know the story. So they don't need your food, and they do not multiply like having sex, and they don't have, Allah Azza wa Jal did not mention them as male nor female. They are special creation to Allah Azza wa Jal. They are honored servants of Allah, and they will not beat him in his talk. And Allah Azza wa Jal has made wings for them, 2, 3, 4, and Allah increased as much as you want. And again, we said that some, they will go around the earth, they will look for the people of the dhikr, and they will surround them with their wings to the 7th heaven. And in the hadith of Al-Bukhari, when my father was killed, I looked at his face and I cried, and they used to tell me to stop, and the Prophet ﷺ does not stop me. So my aunt Fatima started crying. So he ﷺ said, do you cry or do not cry? The angels still shade him with their angel until you took him out. So whether you cried or not, the angels, they still cover him with their wings until he was raised. Also, Allah told us that the angels, they do hear. When Allah say the inspiration, then all the people of the heavens, they will hear a noise just like the noise of a chain. They will be shocked until Jibreel comes to them and tell them what to do. But in the other hadith, that if Allah Azza wa Jal loves someone, He will call Jibreel and He will tell him that Allah had loved so and so, so love him. So Jibreel will love him. Then Jibreel will ask in the heavens, Allah, that Allah has loved someone, so love him. So the people of the heavens, they will love him. And then he will have the acceptance on earth. The angel, they have ears, but we don't know how it looks except Allah Azza wa Jal knows. Because in the hadith, it was permitted to me to talk about one of the angels from the ones who hold the throne. But the distance between his ear to his shoulder is 700 years. The distance of walk is 700 years. And they have hands. Allah said that when the transgressors, the evildoers, they're about to die, if you see them when the angels are beating them from every angle, and they will tell them, now you get yourself out, and you'll be going or dragged to the hellfire. And the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, when the Hamdallah said that his heart is with the Prophet every time he's with the Prophet, but when he leaves the Prophet ﷺ, he always feel like he's a hypocrite, he's attached to the life. And the Prophet ﷺ told him, if you will stay the same way that you are, the same way you are with me, then the angels will shake hands with you in your street, in the street, and in your even in your household and your beds. So they speak, and they speak with the angels. They speak with Allah. And the Shaykh mentioned when they went and talked to Ibrahim alayhi salam. And also the angels talk to the people of heaven. The angels will enter from every door, or they will say, peace be upon you because of your patience. And this is the best result or best reward, which is the heaven. And they also talk to the people of the hellfire, because they will say to the disbeliever, they will say to the angels, tell or ask your Lord to reduce his punishment from us. And then they will ask him, didn't you have messengers? They said, yes, but we have no excuse. And they will tell him, okay, you stay in the hellfire. And in the hadith from the people of the throne, the angel of the throne, who hold the throne of Allah, that this is 700 years walking. But the other hadith that Prophet ﷺ saw Jibreel, he has over 600 wings with his true shape, and he is filling the whole horizon. And also the angels, they have the capability or the ability to form in human bodies or something different than their original way that Allah created, just like when they came to Lut or Ibrahim alayhim salam. And the Shaykh is saying, different types that they have came to us as humans, and they came in different forms as human beings. And it seems like the time has passed, so inshallah we'll continue tomorrow, inshallah.
مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح